All right, so I wanted to talk about Josh Jacobs this morning, and in terms of his numbers and the impact he's having this season, and if he really has been worth the investment so far. This is the Fantasy Sports Buzz. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. The reason why I'm bringing up Josh Jacobs is because I do own him in 2 out of 3 leagues. He's a guy that I actively targeted this past summer as a running back who wasn't going really, on consensus in the first 2 rounds. Right, I was always of the mind to go receiver early and look for workhorse running backs that I can get a little bit cheaper that have the opportunity to score a lot of points. And certainly Jacobs going to Green Bay with their plethora of young game-breaking wide receivers and a developing quarterback who looks like a star in Jordan Love. It was very attractive to me. But it's interesting with Jacobs. So, if you look at the totality of his season, he's been good, solid, but he kind of leaves you wanting, and anybody who's a Jacobs owner, he leaves you wanting every week. Again, it's never bad, right? Or hardly ever bad, but it's also never great either. It's just kind of in the middle, and he's just kind of there. But if you look at the numbers, there's some things that stand out, both negative and positive. Right now, he's running back 13 on the season. So, not great. I certainly expected more in PPR leagues, at least. 762 yards on the ground, though, 4.8 per carry. So Josh Jacobs, who, last year the average plummeted compared to 2022, he's actually running the ball really well. He's showing good burst, good speed. He's resurrected his acceleration, and that's showing up in his yards per carry as well. And certainly the threat of a passing game has softened up defenses compared to when he was with the Raiders, and they had nothing to offer other than declining Devontae Adams, who was in and out of the lineup with injuries. And the workload has been there. Emmanuel Wilson, he's becoming a little bit more of a thing as a backup, getting maybe more snaps than you'd like to see, especially in a hurry up. It's been Emmanuel Wilson, not Josh Jacobs. But again, 762 yards, that's a good tally. The carries, he's had some games where he's well over 20 carries per game, and that's what you want to see. Now, only 3 touchdowns on the ground. That's disappointing, especially for a team that's been scoring quite a bit in the Packers. I know Jordan Love's been in and out of the lineup, but the problem with the Packers is they like to throw the ball around the red zone, a la the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Teams, the New York Jets, that like to throw the ball in the red zone, and that shows up in less scoring opportunities for their running backs. Also in the passing game, 19 catches for 128 yards in the score, so he's not as involved in the passing game as his ability suggests. Jacobs has been a tremendous pass-catching back. Anybody, that saw him in 2022, even before that, he catches a lot of passes out of the backfield. He's very capable there. He can do a lot more there. The problem is Emmanuel Wilson has been given those responsibilities, and he hasn't figuratively dropped the ball either. He's been playing fairly well in the backup capacity, especially in the hurry up and as a third down back. So that's affected Jacobs somewhat in PPR leagues and has removed some of the upside, the ceiling of him on a weekly basis. So I don't know. Like I said, I feel a little bit indifferent with Jacobs. He hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been great either. It's sort of in between. So let me know what you think about Josh Jacobs. Post in the comments below. And of course, hit that subscribe button because we're starting early tomorrow with the Giants in Germany against the Carolina Panthers.